Good morning, Golda Ak Academy, and welcome to Live with Mr. H. I'm Mr. H, and today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. It's day 21 of remote instruction. A very happy birthday to Hannah T. in 6th grade. Today is Yom Hazikaron, Israel's Memorial Day, and we honor those fallen soldiers of the IDF and victims of terrorism. Our special guests today are all GOA alumni who served in the IDF and are currently living in Israel. It's my pleasure to welcome them on the show today. First, please welcome from the class of 2013, Carmelle Bargad.
Hi everyone, I'm tuning in from Herzliya. I'm so happy to be here.
Hey there, Carmelle, it's great to see you.
You too.
Next up from the class of 2014, please welcome Josh Drill.
Hey everyone, good morning. It's great to be here. My name is Josh. I live in Ramat Gan, which is right outside of Tel Aviv. And I was an officer in the Golani Brigade.
Amazing. And finally, from the class of 2015, Tall Blue Eyes.
Hi everyone, I'm Tal. I'm calling in from Kibbutz Afikim, and I served as an officer in intelligence for the past 4 years.
So it's so wonderful to have you three on the show today, especially on today's show, which is Yom Hazikaron. I'd love to hear a little bit about your experience being in the IDF and what today really means to you. Carmelle, would you like to start?
Sure. So Yom Hazikaron is such an important day because we think about the price that we have to pay in order to have the state of Israel. And we remember those who we lost, those who we did know, those who we didn't know. And I was an instructor in Golani in the same unit that Josh was in. And today I think of a soldier that I worked with. His name was Ben. Ben was 19 years old when he passed. He was really funny, motivated, determined. He liked to be the one to get everyone laughing around him, and he was really a joy to work with. And in Tzuk in Operation Protective Edge in summer of 2014, the Golani soldiers entered Gaza, and there was a mechanical failure in the vehicle that Ben was in. And so it broke down and they were attacked by Hamas, and Ben passed away with 6 other soldiers. So today I think about him, think about how he was only 19 years old. He had his entire life ahead of him, and just think about the sacrifice that he made and so many other soldiers made for us to be able to live in Israel.
Definitely, well said. And Josh, what about for you?
Well, I can say as a commander in a special force unit and an officer in Golani, going onto missions with 35, 40 soldiers that are under me that I have to give commands to and direct what's going to happen, it's something that was always on my mind. I always understood that I had a responsibility to make sure that all my soldiers came back, that whatever mission we had to do, we did it professionally, safely, and that first and foremost, my soldiers would be able to come back. And one specific story that today I have on my mind is about a soldier named Shon. He was actually in the same incident that Carmelle just spoke about. Shon was a soldier from Tel Aviv, and in the same incident, he was also killed in action against Hamas terrorists when their vehicle broke down. And before he entered Gaza, Shon wrote in his iPhone a couple of letters to his family, to his parents, to his siblings. And it's a very heartbreaking story. After he died, they went into his phone and found these letters. And a very famous Israeli artist named Hanan Ben Ari actually wrote a song using these letters. It's a very, very beautiful song. After this, Mr. Herskowitz will be able to send the song to everyone. It's a really great song. And today I'll for sure be listening to it and thinking about Shon.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And Tal, what about for you?
So, of course, Yom Hazikaron is a very important and special day to collectively remember why we're here and how we can still have the Jewish state and we can still be living in it and visiting it and having this amazing thing exist. And I guess thankfully for me, I was in intelligence, so I don't have a story like Carmelle or Josh where I know someone personally, but today I'm thinking of especially the friends I met through our fundraising and our programming with IDF Widows and Orphans that we did back in Gold Oak Academy. And on an Neshama trip that the 1 week we spent with them here in Israel, and we got to know these kids who have lost a parent in one of the different wars or one of the different activities that the IDF has done. And to hear their stories and to see how strong they are and how they choose life and how they keep sharing the story of their parents and keep on with that light forward. So I'm really thankful to have met them and to have heard their stories and to think about them this year and every year.
Absolutely. Well, thank the three of you for sharing those really heartfelt stories, and for on behalf of all of us at GOA for your service in the IDF and all that you do to keep Israel the free and wonderful country that it is. Now, you're in Israel, it's a little bit later in the day, and it's getting close to the start of Yom Ha'atzmaut, Israel's Independence Day. So as we look ahead to that, I thought maybe we could play a little quick game before I let you go.
Let's do it.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So I want to see how well you remember some of your GOA teachers. I've got some trivia questions, and we'll see how you do. So Carmelle, you're up first.
Uh-oh.
So which teacher dressed up as a fish this year for Purim? Was it Mrs. Ulrich, Johannes, or Mrs. Schenker?
A fish?
A fish.
Well, Mrs. Ulrich typically has cooler costumes than that, so not Mrs. Ulrich. And then my two other options were Johannes or Mrs. Schenker.
Yes.
Mrs. Schenker, maybe?
That's actually incorrect. Mrs. Ulrich took everyone by surprise as she showed up. Oh, there she is.
It was a homemade koi kigurumi, so it wasn't just a fish.
Yeah, well, if he had said it like that, then I definitely would have guessed you.
All right, technicality. Josh, this person owns a blue Hanukkah suit adorned with menorahs, dreidels, and snowflakes. Is it Johannes, Mr. Shapiro, or yours truly, Mr. H?
It's a good question. I'm gonna go with yours truly, Mr. H.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or be offended. It's actually Mr. Shapiro owns that eyesore. All right, Tal, you're up next. Who is currently quarantined with 2 horses? Is it Mrs. Steinberg, Senora Shapiro, or Miss Himmelstein?
Miss Himmelstein.
Well, how'd you know that so quickly?
Because she loves horses, no?
That's a good memory. That's correct.
Miss Himmelstein.
And not that we need a tiebreaker, but just for fun, who has chaperoned prom for the most consecutive years? Is it Mr. Cohen?
Mr. Cohen.
Mr. Cohen.
Yeah, it's probably Mr. Cohen.
Whoa. Actually, that's correct. 17 consecutive years to Mr. Cohen. All right. Well, thank the three of you for being on the show today. It's great to see you, and stay well in Israel.
It was a pleasure.
All right, Gold Oak Academy, it's time to head to first period. Stay healthy, Roadrunners.